Excuse me.
I'll come out here. In a moment, I'm going to step into my office here at my home and pull out my computer and show you exactly.
This could not be. Hello, good morning. Happy Friday to you guys. Happy Friday. Not only is it Friday, but it is also 3 days before the new moon in Aquarius. And then also it is February the 1st, okay? This is my favorite month of the year, I think. I like February. February is pretty decent. You guys can call in to 516-590-0362. And I will try to get to many readings by phone. But I am going to start out with reading the individual zodiac signs, okay? If you guys want a reading, you can call in to 516-590-0362. If you want to contact me about private readings, the number and the information is in the video description box below. Okay, so if you want a paid reading, which right now I am running a flash sale, Okay, if you want a paid reading, then you can go to the link below. Okay. Alrighty. So let's talk about compatibility for a minute, because I think that a lot of people skip past compatibility because there are several different reasons. There are a lot of people who the only thing they look at is how a person looks. There are some people the only thing they look at is how much money a person has. Okay, there are some people that, have these extremes of what they're looking for in a significant other, and it always has something to do with some kind of physical attribute that person may have. A lot of people are looking for love and mates, but they're looking for these mates through a fake perception, not through what perception is real, which is the actual person and the soul and the spirit of a person. So when you have a bunch of people that are not living within their truth, okay, because there's so many people that are not living within their truth, and they are trying to be with people that they shouldn't be anywhere near. You shouldn't even be looking at that person for any reason at all. There's billions of people on this planet. Choose a group, choose a few thousand, and live your life. Okay? Seriously. And there's people that are, first of all, we're going to talk about compatibility today when it comes to the different zodiac signs. Okay. If you are somebody that enjoys bowling every night and you just love to bowl every night, I mean, you just can't stay away from the freaking from the freaking bowling alley every night, and you got a significant other, they like to stay at home, they don't want to go bowling, and you dragging them out every night to go bowling, and they like, wait a minute, I don't want to play, I don't want to bowl. That would mean it's a sign of incompatibility. If you are somebody that is generally an unhappy person, and you're just generally miserable, and you just I mean, why are you trying to be with somebody happy? What do you think, they're going to make you happy? You think they're going to make you happy? Nobody can make you happy. Compatibility can be very complicated when it comes to love. Okay. So if, for example, if you are somebody that enjoys drama, and if you are somebody that enjoys toxic conversations, and you just love to argue and bicker, and you just got this mean, nasty look on your face, then more than likely you need to be with somebody that is just as miserable, mean, and nasty, that enjoys drama. Why on earth would you be trying to be with somebody that is peaceful when you're not in compatibility? That's just all it is to it. People that are either not for you or either out of your league. And you got to stop doing that. It's a waste of everybody's time. I can honestly say that I've had a disaster of a love life. And the reason why is because I constantly got these guys that I'm incompatible with trying to get with me. I'm sorry, if you're headed to prison for 20 years, you're not the man for Jamila. Why? Because we can't do the same things. You can't take care of me. You can't be my lover. So that means that our lives might be going in two separate directions. So instead of people having a greater understanding of that, then what they do is they end up stalking and harassing people. And see, that's where there's a problem. Okay, when you get to stalking and harassing somebody and you just can't leave that person alone, that person has already told you, look, I am incompatible with you. I can already tell, leave me alone. And you just push it and push it and push it. And what do? You prove that person right. It proves that that person is not compatible with you. If you're somebody that is not deeply in touch with your emotions, 9 times out of 10, you are not going to be compatible with me. I have consistently had these incompatible men trying to be with me, and it's so frustrating. And so, yeah, anyway, let's start with the Aries. But we got a caller on the line, guys. So we're going to go ahead and take the call up. Caller hung up. Okay. Call back in. I'll try to get you the next time. Let's look at the Aries. We're going to do not a screenshot. The hell. We're going to do a timestamp for each zodiac sign that I read. So go and look in the chat to get the timestamps. Okay, you can even repost them if you want. Okay, so Aries is about 10:41. So all Aries people, the whole point of us having a sun sign is that you are going to be compatible with certain things about that person. Okay, now everybody's going to be different. It depends on what is in your entire chart. So if you really want to find out, because there's a lot of people that don't know what they want, the reason why you're having incompatibility issues is because, to be honest with you, you don't even know what you want. There's a lot of lovers and daters out there. And, you know, to be honest with you, if you are divorced after 30, you're going to date many people. You are, okay? You are going to date many people when you are divorced beyond 30. It's going to be a mirage of the wrong person that you're going to run into. So, first of all, a lot of adults walking around here, they don't even know what they want, because as soon as you see somebody else wanting something else, you want what they want. Everybody wants what somebody else wants. They don't really want what they want, right? So there's a lot of people that make that mistake. So let's look at the Aries. Spirit guides for the Aries. What do you want to say to Aries lovers about compatibility? What do you want to say to Aries lovers about compatibility? I should better even touch up cutting today. Okay, right now. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you too. All right, Aries compatibility. Let's see what the spirits want to tell you about that. Wow, this is just going to be a very mini reading per zodiac sign. Aries people are very loyal. And what they need is what Aries people need is they need to be able to think on their own. They don't like somebody trying to think for them or telling them what they should think. Okay? Nobody should be telling anybody what to think or what to feel. So those are some mistakes that you're going to make. Also, Aries people, they tend to be subject to little petty arguments, Aries people. This is very interesting. To be with an Aries, you can't be no dummy. They need somebody intelligent. Aries people have to have someone intelligent. Okay? Yeah, Aries, let me get rid of this troll. I'm sorry. They are really, really desperate for attention. Wow. Okay. Aries people have to have people that are Aries people have to have people that are intelligent. They can't have people that are unintelligent. Okay? They can't. It's something about that they don't like. Also, they're not compatible with people that don't tend to take the lead and do the right thing. Aries people are not compatible with people that are subject to, just being really unhappy. People that don't have inner peace. Aries people are really, really sensitive to that. Depends on what is in their chart, though. Aries people do tend to be compatible with other fire signs. Okay, it's just kind of where their true compatibility is at. But then also intelligent air signs, okay? They don't like to be led on. They don't. The Seven of Cups comes up. They will not put their energy into you if they feel as though you're leading them on. Okay, and then also if you want to keep an Aries, I feel like you need to be able to recover from arguments really easily. Because if you're dealing with an Aries, they are going to automatically be very argumentative and temperamental. So you have to be able to recover. It ain't about not arguing or avoiding the argument. A lot of people want to avoid the argument. Well, that doesn't make any sense. It's not about avoiding the argument. It's about how you communicate. So Aries people are really like that, to where if you argue with them, staying mad at them for months and months, they're not going to put up with that. They will leave you. Okay. So there's a lot of people, they have an argument and then, they'll run off somewhere for about several months. And you think the Aries is going to be there when you come back, and they're going to move on. They're going to move on. They're not going to sit around and wait on you. So if y'all, somebody that's dealing with the Aries, another thing is that they don't like being lied to. Aries people do not like it when people lie to them. Okay. Or if they catch you in a lie, that's very hard for them. Aries people also need somebody that can take care of them emotionally. The Seven of Cups comes up. That's extremely important, is really what I recognize for the Aries. That if you can't take care of them emotionally, they're going to shut down. Meaning that if you don't give them understanding, if you lack understanding, an Aries is not going to stick by you. They're just not going to do it. Okay, so they have to be taken care of emotionally. There are a lot of people that are very detached from their emotions. You would not be compatible with an Aries. If you're detached from your emotions and you lack empathy and understanding and compassion, they're going to look elsewhere. They have better choices other than somebody that's not going to do that. I'm sorry. Okay, Aries is one of the most powerful of the zodiac, and they're not going to be taken for granted. They're not going to allow you to take them for granted. They're just not going to do it. Okay, they'll leave you and they'll be very strong while doing it. And they'll even tell you that they love you at the same time. I love you, but I'm not putting up with this crap. And they'll try to counsel you afterwards. They'll talk to you. Okay. but at the end of the day, if you're not compatible with love, who wants to continue to waste their time? Raise your hand if you're tired of wasting your time. These time wasters, all they are is time wasters. And once you find out that you've wasted your time, then it's time to let it go. Okay? Once you have figured out that you've been wasting your time, then it's time to let go and move on. Okay? We're going to move on to Taurus compatibility. If you guys want a free mini reading, you can call into 516-590-0362. Okay. In the meantime, we're going to move on to the Taurus for compatibility. Okay. So you know, if you're at the end of the day, if you don't mesh well with that person and you're just too different, okay, and you're just too different. I was looking at Megan Good and her husband. You know, I imagine that they have a very good marriage because they are a lot alike. Okay, even though they made that love song "Opposites Attract," that doesn't necessarily mean that that's gonna be in every way. That was just one song, Paula Abdul, one hit wonder. No, I'm joking. She wasn't a one hit wonder, but that still was what that was. Okay. Um, Spirit guides for the Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What is Taurus compatible with? Hey guys, if you can go ahead and hit the thumbs up because the trolls are in here thumbsing it down so that they can mess up my exposure. So if y'all could go ahead and hit that thumbs up, I would really, really appreciate it. Okay. This is for those of you that are interested in dating and having an actual real relationship too, instead of just looking how a person looks. You know, tapping into your lower chakra, because I don't look for significant others with my lower chakra. So this is those of you that are really looking for love. Another thing that I noticed about the Aries before I move on is that they are very cerebral. So you have to be smart and intelligent to be with an Aries. They are going to get bored. They are going to feel socially awkward if you are not able to be intelligent. Okay. Let's move on to the Taurus. Spirit guides, what is Taurus compatible with? Okay. You also need to possibly figure out what it is that you want. Compare it to your mate. You may not be compatible with them. And sex is not going to sustain a relationship. Nope. Sorry. It takes more than good sex to have a successful relationship. Okay. Good sex is not good sex. You can't even have good sex without having a good relationship. Not actually and factually, you can't. Okay. So a lot of people out there that's trying to claim that they, you know, that they got these, well, you know, you may have some passion or what. I don't doubt that. But, you know, yeah. Now, this one is going to hold true for me because my Venus is in Taurus and I can already see exactly what the compatibility is for the Tauruses. First of all, Tauruses do not like people that are not tapped into their emotions. They don't like people that look at things too logically. No, Tauruses do not like that. They don't. They are not compatible with people that that lack compassion. No. So if you're somebody that you know lacks compassion and love in your heart and you're just, you know, this person that goes around, you know, harassing people and, you know, telling them what they're doing wrong and, you know, making up stuff and just being real spiteful and hateful. Tauruses ain't into that. They're not going to be interested in you at all. They're not going to like you. Okay. Tauruses like people that are compassionate. The reason why I say that is because the King of Swords turns up in the reverse position. They're not interested in that. Okay. Also, Tauruses want you to intuitively know what they need. They won't tell you. Tauruses will not tell you exactly what they need. They want you to figure it out. If you don't automatically know what a Taurus needs, then you're not compatible with them. The Queen of Cups comes up. Tauruses like people that are compassionate. They don't like people that don't have compassion. They don't like people that don't love them. They don't like people that don't have love in their heart. Tauruses want somebody. I see you, callers, and I'm going to get you in a minute. I've already started. I'm going to take calls in between the readings for the zodiac signs. Okay. So if you guys are waiting on Blog Talk Radio, I will be with you in just a moment. Okay. Tauruses want somebody that is compassionate. Now the Tower comes up in the upright position. So Tauruses, when they come into your life, they feel as though they are that important, they are that special, that you should turn everything upside down for them. They want to be the center of your gravity, the center of your universe. They want to know that they are important. So if you don't make a Taurus feel that way, then it's not going to be good. It's not. Okay, that's just like worshiping Aphrodite, but then not bringing her flowers. You know, she's going to eventually get insulted. Tauruses do seem to be attracted to people that have huge personalities. Okay, they do like people that have presence. Okay, so like a Taurus would be very compatible with like a preacher or a pastor or like a manager or like a business executive. A Taurus is going to go very well with somebody that gets major attention. Okay, now what the Taurus is not compatible with, they are not compatible with people that are insecure, and they don't like people that don't have money. Okay, they don't. The eight of coins comes up in the reverse position. If you don't have your coins together, then more than likely a Taurus is not going to be serious about you. Depends on what other elements they have in their chart though. But a true Taurus person, they want to experience the finer things in life, and they expect those things to come in via their love life, which is why a lot of Tauruses meet people at work. Okay. So Tauruses are not going to let you make love to them on an inexpensive bed and inexpensive sheets. You need to have some satin sheets or something popping, or at least, you know, have the appreciation of satin sheets. Okay, Tauruses don't like that. They like the finer things. They'll do it, but eventually they want to step their game up. Tauruses are always looking to build. That's what Tauruses do, is they build with people. They don't do the like, if you want a builder, somebody that's willing to build with you, a Taurus is going to do that. They are, but only to a certain extent. They want you to already have something to bring to the table. Otherwise, they're not going to respect you. They're going to automatically clump you into a certain category, and rarely will you be able to leave that category. That's just how Tauruses are. The Four of Cups comes up. So Tauruses do tend to attract these emotionally distant people. They're going to start feeling burdened if they're not taken care of emotionally in the situation. They want you to have money, but they also want you to take care of the relationship romantically. Nobody just wants somebody with a bunch of money that they don't want to be around. No. Tauruses are not going to ever marry for money. They're going to marry for love first. Okay, they don't care what the situation. They rather you have nothing at all than to be a narcissist. So they're not attracted to the narcissist demon. Taurus people do not like narcissistic people. Not somebody that they're gonna have in their bedroom. They might pay you to roast somebody, but they're not gonna invite you in their bedroom. They may treat you like a slave, but they're not gonna invite you into their bedroom. You have to be very special to get into the bedroom with a Taurus. A lot of people that are not able to lay up with Tauruses, because Taurus people are very, very highly sought out. These are some of the most attractive people around, besides the Cancer, the Leo, and I think the Virgo. Okay, Libras are initially attractive, but if they're not balanced, then they can then their attraction, then their appeal wears out very quickly. But Taurus, Cancer, Leo, Virgo are one of the most sought after signs in the zodiac as far as with relationships. That's probably because, well, you know what? I don't want to say that we go good with anybody, but we go well with each other as well. How air signs play in that thing, first of all, if you're an air sign and you're dealing with a Taurus, please believe that if you don't have your heart chakra in line, they automatically put you in a certain category. Okay. They don't like people that are imbalanced like that. They'll use you to a fault, but they are not going to accept you in their love life. Okay. So it's just the reality of it. And I'm saying that because I am a Taurus. My Venus is in Taurus. Okay. My Venus is in Taurus. So when I'm talking about this compatibility, this is basically talking about myself. I don't want nobody narcissistic. I don't want nobody that's heavily burdened with problems. I don't like nobody that is constantly trying to compete for the upper hand. Tauruses are the same way. They don't want somebody that is constantly trying to compete for the upper hand. They don't like it. Okay. So the 10 of Wands comes up. So they don't like to feel like they're doing all the work in the relationship either. Okay. That's not a true Taurus. They like to be taken care of. Okay. They'll take care of you. You take care of them. They are definitely, the way Tauruses will do it is it sort of flows automatically as a 50-50 situation. So it was the Taurus that made up the whole 50-50 relationship deal. And it actually works when you do your part. Okay. Because when one person feels like they're doing everything, even everything emotionally in some kind of way. Okay. Now the 8 of Swords comes up in the reverse position. Tauruses do not like being lied to, and they don't like being played with. They don't like for you to do that. The 8 of Swords is in the reverse position. They don't like it. They may do it to you. See, on the flip side, a Taurus that is imbalanced might do all these things to you. But a true Taurus lover, they don't like that. That's not what they want. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune comes up. They like people that are constantly changing and evolving. Taurus people love people that have money and that have a positive attitude. Taurus people do not like negativity. They like positive people. Yes, they do. Another thing is that they don't like is insecurity and people that lack intelligence. Taurus people do not respect people that they can take advantage of. So if a Taurus was able to take advantage of you, that 9 times out of 10 they don't respect you. Okay, they don't like fake people either. If you have literally, they will sit there and pretend to be your friend, but a Taurus is, if they figured out that you're a fake person, they really don't like you. And they'll tell you that they really don't like nothing fake. They like things that are very real. Okay. Now you got the Queen of Cups. I'm sorry. Is that the Queen of Cups? No, this is the King of Cups. Is the final card. I only laid out 10 cards, but a true compatibility reading is probably going to come from the individual person. This is just a general read. Okay. They like people that are emotional. Taurus people love people that are emotional. You know, I just remember, you know, I've dealt with a Taurus before, and they seem to love you more the more genuine emotion you show. So if you're a person that, you know, not somebody that's emotionally unstable, no, that's not, but they'll still accept you that way. You know, if as long as you're working on it and you know that you need to work on it. Okay. If you're allowing your emotions to screw up your money, then that's when they're going to have a problem with you. Okay. You know, a Taurus is going to love you more if you're emotional, because nobody wants to be with somebody that's cold and unfeeling. Nobody wants that. Okay. Somebody that's cold, callous, cantankerous. You know, this is why there's people that, you know, they play the role, they drop and cry at the drop of a freaking hat. But a lot of people is disingenuous. Okay. So there's a lot of people that, try to mimic those traits that a person will want. And that's another thing that Taurus doesn't like, for you to pretend to be the person for them. They don't like that either. Y'all need to understand that Taurus people, they are very intuitive. They are very cerebral. Okay. They don't like that. And wherever they lack, they want you to make up. They feel as though you should make up for that. Okay, I'm going to take a couple of callers. Caller, you're live.
Hello?
Hello, this is Queen Jamila.
Oh, hi. I wanted to know how Garrett feels about me.
You said, okay, can you repeat that, hon? I was having a hard time hearing you.
Yeah, I wanted to know how Garrett feels about me. Like, what does he want?
How Gary is, okay, cool. You want to know how Gary feels about you? His name Gary? Okay. You said Gary. What's your zodiac signs?
I'm a Pisces.
Okay, and he's a
Virgo.
Spirit guides, how does Gary feel about, you want to give me a nickname, or let's just say the caller? Guys, you don't have to give me your name. Let's do that for compatibility reasons. All right.
It's Garrett.
Garrett. You said Garrett?
Yeah, Garrett.
Okay. How does Garrett feel about the caller? Show me, how does Garrett feel? What does he think about? How does he feel deep down? How's he showing it? Outside influences, and what can she expect from Garrett? All right. I may not go through the full reading with this, but I just, that's usually how I like to. Okay. Okay, so my question about Garrett is, how long have you been dealing with him? Because I'm getting the sense that, I can sense some issues here. I hate to tell you that. Spirit, clarify Page of Wands. Because the Four of Wands comes up in the reverse position as how he feels currently. And, that can represent that's not necessarily the best card to get, being that it's in the reverse position, and just looking at some of your other cards. How long have you been dealing with this person?
The beginning of May last year.
Okay. So May of 2018.
Yes.
Spirit guides, clarify the Page of Wands. Yeah, I feel like he's being deceptive, but he's only being, see, this is what you got to understand. Your lover, what they do to you is how they feel about themselves. Okay. So what I can sense is that deep down, he's got some issues when it comes to relationships, big time. He does. Okay. You said he's a Virgo. He's got some issues. I first of all, I feel as though he might be doing something behind your back. But here's the thing of it is that it's about how he feels about himself. Because the Seven of Swords comes up as far as how he feels deep down. So he doesn't even really know how he feels. You know, does he, and he don't even tell you how he feels, does he? And that's why you don't really know. That's why you asking me. He should be able to tell you how he feels. He don't know how he feels. He's confused. And then he's also under some kind of heavy mind control. Queen of Swords, give me some clarity. He's under some kind of mind control by somebody else. I can sense that something just ain't. Yeah. The Temperance card came up. He's sort of the hermit type, like he's the suffer in silence, this is killing me type. He's got some things on his, he's got some crazy thoughts going on, because the Temperance card came up. And so why Temperance when I clarified? Why Temperance, spirits? He's one of them. I feel like, yeah, the Five of Swords comes up reverse. Does he have a lot of disagreements and bickering in his life and stuff? Like, what's his lifestyle? Because I'm getting a lot of negativity from this person.
He's actually in the army, and he's away in school right now.
Oh, that's okay. Well, there it is. Okay, say no more. Y'all can't really hear her probably, but he's in the army. So that may be why I'm sensing that negativity around him.
Yeah, because he works with like roommates, like other guys that he works with in the army.
And you know, those other guys can definitely have. So let me ask, when is he supposed to be coming back? Because a lot of his cards are in the inverted position. You know, how he's showing it is the Two of Wands reversed. So you guys are not necessarily in an exclusive relationship, right?
Yeah,
okay, because okay. That's what I thought, because a lot of times if you don't know how they feel, it could go either way. The Death card comes up in the reverse position as the final outcome card. So I feel as though he's bringing bad energy into your life. And I feel like whatever kind of issues you may be having, because I feel like there may be some issues that you may be having, whatever it is that you're dealing with, he's he seems to be exacerbating that. You know, I got the Death card in the reverse position. I feel as though there's going to be like some kind of ending or something. I can see another person. And then also another thing, is he married? Because there's something that he's being extremely.
Yeah, you know what? See, that's the thing I wanted to know too, because I didn't want to be nosy, but I kind of, it doesn't say he's married, like he doesn't have his ring. He says he's never been married, but I kind of got to, and I looked up his background, and one of the files said married, but he said he wasn't married. So
I see him as being married. I can see that. That's what I suspected when I saw that Four of Wands reversed. But the marriage went bad. He's got some issues. He is being a little deceptive. He's not telling you everything. And you need to watch out for him, because I feel like he's a narcissist, and I feel like he's going to discard you, sort of in a way. Like when a narcissist discards somebody, they do it in a type of way that doesn't give you closure. You see what I'm saying? So I would watch out for him. You know, I didn't look at the next 6 weeks, but just from what I can see, from what the spirits are saying, that he's being deceptive. So I would be careful with him, okay? And I believe that probably is what it is that he may be married. And if he is married, his wife is going to directly affect you. And so if she's messed up, he's messed up, they both messed up, and it's going to mess you up. So I'd get a cleanse or a core cutting if I were you. You know, even if you don't cut it off from him immediately, I would get a core cutting. Yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I think yeah, it's a good idea. I just wanted to know because I was curious,
Mm-hmm.
but something was telling me that there's like something going on or something's not right. So
Yeah, he's definitely hiding something from you and being deceptive, okay? If you want, just to let you know, though, I am running a flash sale until 6 p.m., guys. So my readings
okay,
are really, really cheap for the next several hours. And I was only doing a 24-hour flash sale. So this evening at 6 p.m., the flash sale is going to be off. And it's a really good sale. So go to the website if you want to look more into that and maybe even get a consultation, because were you guys like what's the deepness and the level and the extent to where you've been with this guy? Because it looks like to me his bad energy could rub off on you, and that's what I'm sensing.
I'm okay. So when how we met through a friend,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't really interested because I've heard things about soldiers, and I know not all guys are the same, but I just wasn't interested. But he kept like coming around trying to talk to me, so I eventually gave in and just started like, giving him a chance. So we
Yeah,
started
and
talking.
so did he sort of ask you over and over and over again to go out with him? That's whenever a man does that, you know that they're getting
Yeah,
ready to start considering that to be rape, like kind of like forcing somebody into a relationship. They're starting to consider that to be, kind of rapey these days. When a man just won't stop pursuing
yeah,
you, he falls into
yeah.
that gray area of stalking, harassment, but and so yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's crazy. Yeah, you can get a full 30-minute reading for only 45 right now. So if you want, go to the website. I'd be more than happy to, speak with
Okay,
you, in private about this. Okay. Because there's some things that you probably need to
okay,
know about him. Okay. That I saw in the
yeah,
cards. Okay. All right, hon. Take care.
okay.
Thank you for calling in.
All right, thank you, thank you. You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye. All right. I'm going to take the next caller. Caller, you're live. Hello. Hello. Are you there?
And you next. Yeah, am I the
Hello.
next person?
Hello.
Am I the next person?
Yep.
Can
You
you
are
hear me?
you are live. Yep. I can hear you.
Okay. Okay.
Hi.
How does this work? Because I've never called anything like this before.
Well, if you have a particular question in mind, I can give you a mini reading on it. I can only do a couple of minutes of a mini reading, depending on what the question is, or if you just want me to throw the cards for you and see what general messages the spirits
Okay.
have, I can do that too.
Okay. I'm an Aquarius.
Okay.
My birthday is the 21st of January.
Uh-huh.
And I think like a couple of years ago you had posted you did what was it? It was something you had did like a general reading. It said posted up and I was supposed to call you. This was like a couple of years ago. But I never did. So this is my first time calling.
Oh, okay. So that so wait a minute. You said you purchased a reading from me?
No, you
Oh,
did
okay. Okay, that's
a
okay. Okay.
general. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you had posted a general reading for the Aquariuses, and some
Uh-huh.
of the stuff you said it was for me, and I was
Oh
supposed to
yeah.
call you a few years ago, but I never did because I've never called anything like this before.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm so happy
Mm-hmm.
that you decided to call in. So you just want me to throw the cards out for you?
Yeah, and tell me what you doing.
Okay. Spirit guides, what messages do you have for caller for the caller today who is Aquarius. Caller who is an Aquarius. What messages do you have? All right. Oh, wow. There seems to be something. I feel like you're asking about money. I feel like money has something to do with what's on your mind. Is money so far as what I can see. Oh, yeah. Girl, you got all these coin cards. And then the lovers. So I can definitely see that there must be something going on with your love life. I can see that you're having some kind of challenge in your love life. It is because of a generational hex that you're up under heavily. Let me just tell you what your cards are. You got the 4 of coins. The Wheel of Fortune is inverted. Okay, so it's reversed. You got the Magician reversed. You got the Empress reversed. You got the Hermit upright. You got the the King of Coins is upright. And you got the 2 of Coins in the reverse position. 10 of Wands is reversed. The Lovers is upright. And the 5 of Swords is upright. So there's definitely, you can tell, like a black magic type of hex that is manifesting. And you're probably looking at readings to get answers on it. And that is actually the answer, is that you're going to need to have that generational hex removed. I can tell that you've had some bad luck because of that Wheel of Fortune is reversed. Okay. So I can tell that there's some sort of jinx hex. Yeah. You got something on you. Where are you from? If you don't want to tell us that, that's fine. I can just look up the area code. Because I'm not gonna give out your area code, but I can see your area code. Let me look at that. Let me look that up.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, so you're somewhere in the south. Yeah. So I can definitely see the generational hex that's on you. It seems to have caused a lot of different issues in various areas of your life. And then also I feel like you keep attracting narcissistic people. And you're like, why is everybody narcissistic? Why are all of these why is all this negative energy coming towards me? And it has something to do with that black magic hex. I feel like it came through your mom, your mother. Then the Hermit comes up because the Hermit represents you doing that soul searching, you trying to search for answers. Okay. And you needing that stability, because Aquarius has got to have stability, you guys. And then I can also see various areas in your chart that you may want to examine to get a better understanding of, of yourself. I can see some earth in your chart, as well as some air, more air in your chart. But what I can see ultimately is what's affecting you is a black magic generational hex.
Okay.
Did you have any specific questions? Because I did lay out 10 cards. So if you had anything specific to ask, you can go ahead and ask it now.
Okay. I'm in love with another Aquarius, and we get along really good. And I didn't think Aquarius was supposed to get along with another Aquarius of the opposite sex.
Yeah.
They do?
Here's the thing about dating the same sex, here's the thing about not same sex. Here's the thing about dating the same zodiac sign, is that sometimes the negative aspects of both parties can affect it. But see, here's the thing. I would have to look at him individually. I'd have to throw the cards on him. I'm not really getting any clue about him, only except he may have somebody else on the side that he may be juggling, and that you've consistently attracted the wrong person to you. Is what I can sense. That you've kind of it's stability is, you haven't, I feel like what I can sense is that there hasn't been a stable relationship. And you know what, for me either. So I'm not judging you. Okay. I haven't had a stable relationship either with a man ever. But that is because I've been living in a curse. The reason why is because you've been living in a curse. It's affecting you in other areas as well, especially with the Empress being in the reverse position. So what it's caused a lack of appreciation in your relationships. I can tell that you're usually in these off and on, back and forth, up and down relationships. I can tell. And they usually lack stability. The person is usually trying to compete with you. Okay. Usually it's like a competition of, who gets their wits about them first, which is ridiculous, So he might be, let me ask spirits what messages they have about the Aquarius that the Aquarius caller is dating. And I can guarantee you that he's got major problems. Yep. Well, you know what? Not really. The one thing that he does have an issue with, though, is the Six of Cups in reverse. That's really the only thing that I can see as far as with him. I feel like there may be some emotional baggage that he's carrying from a previous relationship. But see, you've got an issue with that, though, because the High Priestess comes up. There's a chance that you could go somewhere with this person that you're dealing with. You guys, you guys seem to be really compatible, but there's some baggage that he's carrying with him. And see, the problem is that this quote unquote baggage doesn't want to let go. And see, you're too intuitive for that. So the relationship will cause unhappiness. I feel like what it will bring you is some unhappiness is coming in from the past. But see, here's the thing. For you to get a lot of these cards that you got, shows, first of all, that you were born with a lot of spiritual gifts. The Magician in the reverse position, all of these cards represent you. The Wheel of Fortune represents you. The only thing is that it's inverted, which means that you may be getting some bad luck. The Magician is you, but it's inverted, which means that somebody else may be you're under some kind of manipulation, which means that there may be another unseen force more powerful than you controlling you subconsciously. Okay. So that's what curses do. And that's how I can tell it's generational, because of the Ten of Wands is reversed. The Empress comes up too, which means that you should be very, very wealthy. So you probably there's like multi-generational wealth, but it's turned into a curse. Then you got the Star card. So I'm wondering if you have some kind of artistic ability. You got to have some kind of artistic ability for the Star card to come up, and then also psychic ability for the High Priestess to come up. Okay. And then so does he. But just to let you know, the only thing that I can see is unhappiness coming in from the past, which can be a deal breaker for you. That can be a deal breaker for you because you're so sensitive. You can pick up on that stuff. Like I have like a tiny bit of Aquarius in my chart. But I'm very intuitive. I got a lot of Gemini and a lot of Cancer and, Scorpio in my chart. So I'm very, very intuitive. And to deal with some crazy person from the past, like, who is this person? Is this his handler? Is this, like, I just can sense that person's energy, and I can sense them causing some unhappiness. And the Star card does come up, which means that I feel like the relationship might cause some wounds. Okay. Which to me, why does a relationship with a man have to cause wounds? Why? And why would he allow that to happen? But then again, the final outcome is the Four of Wands. So I can see the two of you either moving in together or either possibly making some kind of commitment, or there's marital vibes between the two of you. But you know, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like there's something. That's what a curse is. A curse is essentially where the past seems to be afflicting or affecting the future. And somebody causing me unhappiness is a deal breaker. You know, somebody, you know, that, you know, happiness is precious and vital to life. So, you know, you can just tell that there's a person here that is looking to feed. And then also I feel like you have a lot of, you're tired a lot, you're having back pain, you're having financial difficulty because there seems to be something that's feeding on you via your bloodline. And it definitely goes into action whenever a new lover comes into your life also. So, you know, you notice how, like, when you get with somebody, all of a sudden, you know, folks get to acting weird, and then you start to feel like something is feeding off of the situation, because where did all the drama come from all at once? And it's just so weird. So, you know, another thing is that, you know, but this person that you're dealing with, I think that he may be okay, but I think that you need to just looking at the first 10 cards that I laid out for you, I feel like whatever this is, this dark energy that's over you and your family, this is what is, you know, causing like the chaos and the constant negative influence over your life, you know. And it's kind of hard to be stable when you've got stuff like that going on. Many generations of people, in particular blacks, have this same hex on them because they're being fed on, okay, by other beings that don't have their own energy. So yeah. So like I said, you should be filthy rich, and if you're not, then you need to come and get that hex removed from you. You should be filthy rich. You should be living in a big house. You should have, you know, lovers. And do you have children?
Yes, I do.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, I have two. I have two.
You have two? Okay. I would have guessed some kind of fertility problem too, though, with the Empress coming up in reverse. Sometimes that can represent a fertility issue, but I feel like it is on your womb, so it may not, because a lot of us that had hexes on us, but it will affect your children, just to let you know, if you don't get it taken off of you, and then you need to, because you probably should have had it removed before you had them. So I feel like it would be a good spiritual investment for you to get that removed, because there's definitely something I can tell because of the Hermit and also this King of Coins. So I feel like you've had a spirit guide. This is a spirit guide. And it's not just for your love life, but it's for your money, and it's for your health as well, because I feel like your health has possibly been up and down also. Okay. So that could have been affected. Yeah, the Empress lets me know in the reverse position that it's affected your health. So, okay. So, listen, you know, I hope that this reading helped you. I would love to talk to you behind the scenes, especially with some of these cards that you're getting, because you can tell that you know, I don't want to say that you're a natural born witch, you know, because some people can be embarrassed by things like that. But just from what I can see with like your family and your bloodline and your lineage, I can see it in your lineage, like at least 4 generations ago. But the curse is not using your power. That's the curse. The curse is not knowing your power. Yeah, I feel like it's been multi-generational too. Okay. And I feel like it's caused that issue. But you should be very, very well off or wealthy, just looking at your cards. The Wheel of Fortune, the Empress, you know, but something is that black magic is like it. What it does is it siphons energy. And I, you know, I didn't really get the energy vampirism card, but getting the magician in the reverse position can, because there are some practitioners out there that siphon energy off of people. There's some practitioners that do that. Okay, and this one is no different. So go to the website, get my consultation is what I would suggest you do, or you know, or you can just start with a reading. I am running a flash sale. Okay, if you want to save yourself some money and just sit down and talk with me for about 30 minutes, you can get a 30-minute reading for only $45. Okay. Guys, just to let you know, I'm running a flash sale until 6 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so that's 6 p.m. Eastern. So that means that if you're in another time zone, you know, that it'll be more, you know, it'll be, you know. So anyway, okay, hon, because I feel like that's what the message is that the spirits wanted you to get today. Okay?
Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you for calling in.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you for the little mini. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Love and light. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. We have a caller that has been waiting for 30 minutes. I'm going to take this next caller, and then we are going to do some more compatibility readings. Caller, you're live.
Hello.
Hello, this is Queen Jamila.
Can you? Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Can you hear?
Yep, I can hear you.
Fine.
That's
yes,
good.
I was just calling in. I need to know what's going on around me. I need to know the energy around me and what's going on. I feel like it's been a lot of betrayal. And I really, really need to know, did my daughter betray me? But she's here, and I just need to know what's going on around me and what my future holds.
Okay. Okay. What's your zodiac sign?
Leo.
Ooh. Okay. And you said that you've been sensing your daughter is betraying you. We need to look at that.
Yeah, I sense that she betrayed me in the past with a friend of mine, a male friend. But I feel blockage, like in my life, like something is blocking me. I'm trying to move forward. I want to know, it has really been a betrayal. My intuition is telling me it was.
Let me look real quick. Spirit guides, did her daughter betray her caller who is a Leo? Did her daughter betray her? Yes or no? Okay. Oh, yeah, she definitely did. Yeah. Yeah. What's her deal? Wow.
I don't know. How did she betray me?
Well, from what I can see is that there seems to be like she might be in competition with you or something. Let me see. Show me the exact betrayal, because I just got a yes answer. I can't really see it very clearly. I know that Strength card is in the reverse position. Ooh. Ouch. That doesn't feel good. What's your daughter's zodiac sign?
Pisces.
Oh, yeah. Where was the betrayal at? I did get a yes answer. Yeah. Yeah, I can see a man that she definitely did. I can see that she had slept with one of your men. The 9 of Cups, the Devil reversed, the 5 of Swords, the Tower reversed, and the 3 of Wands upright. Now, I'm just going to let you know that I can see very, very deep into this situation, and I'm not going to tell you everything that I see live here today. This stuff is very, very sensitive, okay? So, you know, I don't want to tell too much of, because, you know, I can see a lot in these cards, especially with the Devil in the reverse position. But whatever questions you have, I'll be glad to answer them. Just to let you know, I'm not going to tell you everything that I can see, because we're public, we're live. So, you know, but what question did you have? Because I can see that there was definitely a betrayal that involved sex. Absolutely. Going all the way back, going back about 5 years ago, maybe. Was this about 5 years ago? How old is your daughter?
She's 26. 5 years ago. So this thing,
I feel like whatever it was that started, I feel like whatever it was, I can see something happening 5 years ago. Like between 5 and maybe even 8 years ago. But see, the problem is listen, your daughter is possessed, and that's all I'm gonna tell you. She's under possession. She's demonically possessed. That's why she's doing that. Huh?
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it because she I sense it and I feel it around me, and even she won't do anything, she won't work. It's just like something is controlling her.
Mm-hmm. She's definitely under Go ahead. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Something is seriously wrong with her.
Mm-hmm. It's because she's demonically possessed. It came in, I believe, through your bloodline, though. Let me throw the cards for you, because I can definitely see what your daughter's going through. Was she ever molested?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out now. I'm trying to see what would make her like that. Okay. What would make her...
She was definitely molested.
Yeah.
That's one of the issues. At the age of like 5. She got molested at about 5 years old. The memory is there. She can't bring the memory back. It was so traumatizing. It was somebody that you left her with, and I can sense that they did something to her. She was old enough to understand, but then again, it was something that happened to her. I believe that I can see your daughter being molested from about the age of 5 to about 8. So it was a long term, somebody was molesting her. I can see a couple of different people. Now, listen, that's why I was telling you I didn't want to discuss all of this, but there's even more stuff that I can see happening with your daughter. Well, let me ask spirits for the Leo caller.
But basically, I'm already suspected because I've been going like within trying to figure out what is going on with her, because when I had the awakening up, knowing in something that was going on, wasn't one of boys. I was with one person off and on for like 18 years. After I got divorced, was it him?
or was it a family member?
And I'm throwing out your cards right now. Okay. So you've got a really bad generational hex. Came in through your father. How's your mother doing? Because your mother is being affected by it as well. You got the Ten of Swords, the Devil, the Judgment, the Moon card, the Ace of Wands. It is in the upright position. The Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. I'm sorry, not Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Fool in the reverse position. So you're right. There does seem to be a lot of negative energy around you. And it's because it's very bad spirits that are hovering over your family. And they definitely have affected your daughter. I can see a generational hex coming in through your father, and then looking at your, especially, I feel like it's your father's side of the family where there seems to be some kind of, I feel like there was a molestation or something. That was a couple of generations ago, and I can sense it, and because the devil perverts the family is what the devil typically does, and then Judgment, and then the Moon. So I can tell that there's something going on with that. And see, the devil basically just makes a mockery out of love, right? That's basically what we can see happening with the devil, okay? Because it's, you know, the devil doesn't need love or care about it. You know, devil doesn't need love. So I can really see it. Have you been having trouble sleeping at night and having a lot of weird dreams?
I dreamed, they wasn't weird, but I've been dreaming about my other daughter and her place. I mean, just I dreamed about my ex, the one that I guess my daughter probably slept with. I dreamed that I was going to the basement with him, and we was passing through a kitchen where his mother was in the same, his family was in the kitchen, but then I kept going and he went in another door. When we met up at the basement, he eventually came down there and he had a child. He had 3 babies down there, but one baby, his child, face was really broke out. I don't know what that meant.
Who was that again?
Really
who was that again that you're talking about that had 3 babies in the basement?
My ex.
Your ex?
The one that used to live with me, the one that
the
one that I think she slept with.
But what was the 3 babies in the basement? Tell me that again, because I heard you say that. I think I kind of drifted off somewhere because these spirits are kind of messing with me a little bit. So what was the babies in the basement again?
It was like I was following him. He was in a house, and I was following him through the house. He went through the kitchen, and his mom and family was in the kitchen, but they didn't say anything to me. And we were just going through the house, going down to the basement. And when we was going to the basement, but he went through another door, and I kept going, and I got to the basement first. And then he met me in the basement. And I seen his baby. He has a baby. He's probably like 1 year old now. But it was 2 other babies down there, and they was like crib. But his baby face was all broke out with bumps, like real red bumps all on his neck and on his face. And I was going on with the baby. And that I don't know what that meant, but I woke up.
I feel like the generational hex that's on you is fully manifesting, and it's time for you to get it taken off. What it's doing is, first of all, you got to get it taken off your daughter. Your daughter's going to need a series of cleanses. Okay. So what I want you to do is contact me. Okay. Don't leave the call and not contact me. Even if I you know, have to help you a little bit, you know, for free, not for free, but you know what I'm saying? Whatever I can do to help you, contact me, because you got something on you. You do. I can't do spiritual work for free, but you know, I am running a flash sale. So, but what I can see is that you should have knowledge of this. Like, no, you didn't have any knowledge of this at all. I feel like it might be in your subconscious, like you know it, but you just don't trust it.
No. Know what?
What's going on with like your daughter as far as her sleeping with, you know, with your, you know, with
I woke up. I finally was like, something is not right, and I was like, you know, seeing signs and red flags, and then I was like, I even questioned both of them. I was like, something is not right. I'm not leaving y'all in my house anymore, and nobody said anything. So that really made me, because if you're not doing it, you'll be like, Mom, come on, you crazy.
You've got several, you've got some negative spirits that are in your house that you need to sage and cleanse out. But see, your daughter is going to need that hex removed from her, and then she's also probably going to need a couple of cleanses for that.
Yeah, I even just walking through that at night. I hear spirits moving things.
Yeah.
Even when I go downstairs to meditate, I hear them moving stuff, and I know it's spirits in here. I feel them. Yeah. I haven't seen them, but I feel them at night. She says something at night comes and molests her.
Wow. Oh, that sounds so familiar, but very different, because when I had that, you know, before I started doing cleanses and started chasing those entities away, those things were attached to me. That's so weird that I had entities raping me for years in my sleep, and it was because of a generational hex, and it stopped. Now I still sometimes wake up with scratches because I'm a, you know, spirits are just naturally attracted to me. But yeah. But see, here's the thing.
Scratches. Look at the outlining something attacked me last night. Something.
Well, you gotta show me this. You got to give her the proper spiritual help that she needs, and then get it for yourself as well, because it came in through, it's definitely generational. It is. And it's the 10 of Swords just really represents negativity, you know, dysfunctionality. It's when I'm looking at family curses, that would be the worst family curse, that it would be the 10 of Swords when I see that along with the devil. But this is what I want to tell you. Go to my website and get a consultation, or, you know, get a 30-minute reading, whatever it is that you feel comfortable with doing, so that we can discuss this in private, because there's a lot of things that I haven't told you. You know, because, you know, there's also spiritual gifts that I can sense that are running through your family, which is what makes it so dangerous and what makes it so easy for your daughter to be afflicted by it, because she's wide open to it. So you need to figure out what kind of protection, because what I can sense is a lot of different entities are using your daughter. They're using her. And so there's a lot of different things that the spirits want you to know about your daughter that you need to get her some help with, because sometimes what these spirits can do is they can cause a person to start using and abusing drugs, as well as prostituting, and then also self-destructive behavior. So she seems to already display those signs of self-destructive behavior. And when you're doing things like, you know, going after your mother's boyfriend, that is a direct possession, a possessed individual. Now, you know, whether or not, you know, even if it's, because I've seen many different cases of it. I've had people on the other side of the coin. I've had people where their mama is going after their men. Okay. So, you know, these different entities possess people in different ways. And so I feel like that's what, you know, and it's definitely having a negative effect, because the Seven of Swords comes up, and then the Fool in reverse, which is the Fool in reverse is really not good, because it represents just, you know, looking at the world as just a bad place, just being in a general disposition, lacking trust. And that's what it's done. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you have, like, would you consider yourself to be, do you mind saying like what your income range is, if you don't mind, or maybe we can discuss that privately? Because from what I can see, you've got some blessings, but for some reason, those blessings, you're not seeing them. So I can sense a crown chakra, vultures. I can sense that vulture energy around your crown chakra too. So, you know, would you say that, because the Nine of Pentacles comes up as well as the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like there's an exploitation that's happening on some level, especially with your daughter. And see, men will exploit that. They will. Some of these men, they can't, especially over here in Georgia, you know, even if you've got young children, the age of consent, I think, is 16 over here in Georgia. It's, you know, it varies in different counties, or different states, but you know, people will take advantage of that. And I feel like you've been somebody that's been, you know, men in the past have taken advantage of that situation, and it hasn't been good for them either. So have you been having like, you've been feeling psychically attacked?
What do you mean by
psychically attacked? Meaning, you know, feeling like, you know, just in tranquil spirits, feeling in tranquil, you know, being unhappy, feeling discriminated against.
Oh, yeah.
Also legal problems.
Yeah.
Legal problems. I feel like do a lot of the men in your family have legal issues?
No, my son, I mean, he had in the past, but he's coming out now.
It'll come up. Listen, hey, listen, the legal trouble, that was something that's a part of it. That's why your son has had legal problems in the past, is because of that ex. So you do need to, that's something that has affected them. That's why the Judgment card came up, because this is why the Judgment card comes up. What it is it's an entity, and it says, I want this from that person, and I want that from that person, and I want this from this person, is what that entity does. And it's going down all of your bloodline, all of the kids. It's affecting all of your children as well as yourself, and then the people around you. It's been affecting. So yeah, and that's why. And see, another thing, did your father have legal trouble?
I don't know, not that I know of. My father, I barely know him. He has a whole bunch of bloodlines. We have both a lot of children in the family. But I haven't seen my father in over 20-something years.
So it's an estranged, and that's the reason. That's one of the reasons why. Is because your father does have something connected to his root chakra. And so what it's doing is it's coming after your father's children. And then also you got a double-edged sword, because your mother got some stuff attached to her too. So you may have to do the ritual twice. I always tell people, if I see it on both sides, then you may have to do it twice. But other than that, and so I think all of us have to, because like for me, I've got stuff on my mother's side, and then I've got stuff on my father's side. So even for me, I have to do that ritual twice for myself, because I've got to deal with what's on my mother's side and deal with what's on my father's side. So, and it is on both sides because the moon card comes up. So how's your relationship with your mom?
Oh, it's good. It's great. She's
okay.
in my home now. She's downstairs.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, that's good that you guys were able to preserve your relationship. But let me ask you about your mother. Does your mother have health problems? Has she, like, what's going on with her love life? She has health problems. Okay,
well,
so
basically, single. She went through a real health sickness, but she has come out. She's come out. At first, she couldn't walk and none of that, but now she's walking around and like she's healthy, like that.
Good.
So
good. That's good. I'm glad your mom is. But when you think about it, your mom, after your father, what was her love life like? And then you can compare it to your own, and then you can start to put two and two together to see how. Yeah.
I see that deeply for men and that she had in her life, and I can see the resemblance of what I went through and what I'm going through, basically. But I'm gonna go on your website and do the what you say you have a special
right now I am running a flash sale on my 30-minute readings. Okay. So definitely I encourage you to do that. But I believe that you need that spiritual work done for you. So we can definitely continue this on because we already basically did most of like a consultation anyway, which is cool with me. So yeah, we can continue this conversation. Then basically once you place your order, I'll send you my booking link. And then you'll be able to still, because I still have openings for later this afternoon. And because I start my readings in the afternoon. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I look forward to speaking with you because this looks very similar to the generational hex that I'm dealing with, that I'm coming out of too. So because and it is a stronghold, but there is a ritual, and we can talk about that, or you can talk about whatever you want in your reading. Okay. Thank you so much for calling in. We appreciate you telling us your story and everything, because you know what, guys, it does take a lot of strength, and it takes a person being very brave and also very smart to know, hey, wait a minute, I'm not living within the way I'm supposed to be living. Something ain't right with this. Okay. And it is actual real stuff, real actual spirits, entities, and and they are coming in generational, and you wouldn't believe what they have to do with, and why so many of us have been afflicted. Believe it or not, it was so somebody else could either use our energy. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, thank you so much for calling in. I'll look forward to speaking with you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Bye-bye. Okay. Caller, you're live.
Hello.
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 This is Queen Jamila. How you doing?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay. Hi,
Thank you for.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, I got through. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm an Aries.
Okay.
Well, I'm a Cups. I'm a Pisces Aries Cups.
Okay.
March 23rd.
Okay.
And, my friend, he's a Gemini. So his birthday June 2nd. So we've been knowing each other since elementary age, like 9-10 years old. And I ran into him a year ago at my son's school. I haven't seen him in about 6 years, and I ran into him. And then this past year, I ended up seeing him back in November. We ended up linking back up. But I haven't dated, no one or really talked to no one serious in 4 years since my children's father. So we started talking. Everything was good. And he was my son barber. Mm-hmm. Everything was going well. And then we just clashed. Now, I don't even talk to him no more.
Just all of a sudden, just like bam.
Tripping. And I was like, nope.
Clash of the Titans, huh? So what's your specific question about that?
I felt like it was toxic.
Yeah. Is there a specific question that you have about it, or did you just want me to see what's in general in the cards for the two of you?
In general.
Okay. All right. Spirit guides for caller, who is an Aries, Pisces cusp. Show me the caller, and then Gemini. What's the energy between the two of them? Anything relevant from the past, recent to distant, and what are you seeing happening in the future? How would you advise our caller today? Okie dokie. So you guys must not be communicating. The Page of Cups comes up reversed. Do you communicate with them, or are you guys, it's something that ain't right, because I feel like there is either a love offer that is, or there's like no communication. So you said that you guys broke up, right?
We stopped talking about 3 weeks. I haven't talked to him in about 3 weeks.
Okay, so you guys stopped talking. Okay, and have you thought about reaching out?
I did, but I was like, no.
Yeah.
Go ahead and keep it moving.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, just to let you know, there is a third party. A third party that came up in the past, and then a third party that comes up in the current. So it's very clear. He's not really doing, a lot of times when a man is up to stuff, a lot of them are real sneaky and manipulative, and they really, really hide it very well. And I can usually tell in their readings, well, not him. He's kind of different. What's it? You said he's a Gemini?
Yeah.
So he comes up as the Hanged Man. He kind of just, I feel like the Hanged Man represents when a person is being a fool. Okay. That's how I kind of see it. And then also that person is, I feel like it's in terms of the relationship with you, he can't necessarily go forward with the relationship, but I think it's because of his connection with somebody else, from what I can see, because the 3 of coins comes up. Now in the past position, you got the Hermit reversed and the 3 of wands. So I do feel as though there's an earth sign presence here. There's an earth sign. There's a person. It's got to be a third party. Was he seeing anybody else?
That, but he kept telling me he was single, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna only go by what you tell me until I see different. All I knew was that he just worked and took care of his sons, and that was it. So I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
There's no need to lie.
Yeah.
But I had an inkling, like my intuition was saying, no, I think he's dealing with someone, but he don't want me to know, because we always had this type of chemistry since we was young, and we always crossed each other paths. Like 2, 3, 4 years from now, I'll probably see him again.
I can see a reunion.
Elementary.
Yeah, I can see a reunion in the future. You got the 5 of Swords upright and the Ace of Wands upright. So that says to me reunion. So, but here's the thing. How do you know if you're compatible with him? I think you need to read deeper into what's going on with him, because you can tell that. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you guys been off and on? You guys have been doing this off and on thing for the longest, right?
Right.
So this is what I want to tell you. you have a choice about whether or not you want to get back with him. Obviously, there's a problem. The 5 of Swords comes up in the Ace of Wands. So I can definitely see you guys coming back together probably in about 5 or 6 months. You know, I can see things coming together, but there's problems lying underneath. Spirit, clarify 5 of Swords. How old is he?
36.
Okay. So
and I'm 34.
Yeah, I can sense that you guys are gonna come back together in a couple of months, but then you're gonna break up again. Because you
don't have time for that.
Yeah, it's a bad soul tie, in my opinion. It seemed like it's one of those things to where you guys, you know, you've got this off compatibility type of thing. You know, that's not a relationship that's gonna emotionally fulfill somebody. People get into relationships for emotional fulfillment. Okay, they do. And if there is no emotional fulfillment, then people are not going to want to be in said relationship. Okay, you can be everything else. You can be, you know, a good provider. You can be this, you can be that. You can be good in bed. You can dress very nicely. You can be an excellent you know, inspirational, motivational speaker. But if you are not able to be there for your partner emotionally, then it's not going to work. And on some level, that's what he's doing. He's coming in, taking you through this abandonment cycle over and over again. Is basically what he's doing. That's not a romantic relationship. So something is up with that. And
right.
So the King of Swords is in the reverse position, is advising for you to look at, you know, the relationship. When you do get back in it, look at it through, not through your emotions, but look at if it makes sense, or if it's anything, if it's something that you want, or are you just holding on to it emotionally? Okay, and even still, that would be
so hard.
Yeah. Clarify Page of Cups reverse.
Yeah, because the last time we talked, I was probably in my early 20s before I had kids. And then years later, talk, but then I mean, it started off good, and then it just go right back. I just feel it's a lot of like immaturity. And
you said he's a Gemini, right?
Yes.
I hate to tell you this, but you guys also you're incompatible. And I wanted to actually throw the cards first. I'm not saying that because I'm having problems with, you know, what I'm saying is that it's the same thing as the emotional abandonment thing, not giving you what you need emotionally. He probably won't be able to do that. The King of Swords is reversed in the future, because I clarified the 5 of Swords, and it was the King of Swords and the 6 of Swords reversed. So this is him in the future. Okay. Now and I do see you coming back together, but I don't think it's gonna last. I think you're gonna come back together. He's gonna get his narcissistic supply. I feel like he's a narcissist or something, or, you know, he's just getting narcissistic supply or something is what I think he's doing. That's what
I think he's a narcissist too.
Yeah. And
I told him that. He got upset.
They do get upset when you tell them that. If he were not a narcissist, then he wouldn't have gotten upset. He would have said, no, I ain't, you know. But they don't want to know, like, when they're faced with that. And yeah, he does have something that he's going through, because the Hanged Man comes up. So
yeah, I know he had a lot. He don't like to open up. So I'm like, oh, okay.
The Hanged Man, what people don't realize about the Hanged Man card is that when it's either way, reverse or upright, it can represent self-destructive patterns too. So I feel like he might be a little self-destructive. Yeah. And I did want to give it a chance, but just looking at it in the future, I feel like And you know what? This is what I want to tell you. Air sign people tend to have that problem. It may be other aspects of his chart. It just depends, you know? So maybe his chart, his entire chart is not compatible. Like he could be a Gemini. And again, his Venus sign might be something that's, his Venus might be in Gemini too. And that's bad if your Venus is in Gemini. Because that means that you are going to have that aspect of, you know, because why do these men think that they can sustain a relationship with us by constantly abandoning us, even if it's every other day? Like I've been in a relationship with a Gemini before. I had a child with a Gemini. I have a 18-year-old son with a Gemini. He emotionally abandoned me every 5 minutes. You know, and literally, and was just like, you know, buck up, soldier. You know, these, you know, Geminis have a problem with that. So anytime you say Gemini, then we already know the problem. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it's like too much back and forth. I don't like
and
that.
The reason why he's able to hold on to you for so long and keep your attention is because he is a Gemini. So they are natural telepaths. They are the telepaths. You have to literally, Gemini people don't let them know where you live. Like, that's how I feel. Does he know where you live? I'd move.
No, we didn't even get that far.
Okay, like, good. Don't tell him where you live.
My son get his haircut. We would talk here and there. Like, I just was like opening up to him after all them years and haven't seen him and then seen him and didn't really talk. Because I just got out of a crazy relationship with
Well, don't open up to him. He's going to be a bad deal. I think he's going to be a bad deal personally. And especially if he's doing...
Them, so.
Yeah, if he's doing all of this at the beginning, and you already know what a relationship, and it would get worse and worse, especially if, because Geminis have a tendency to be abusive. And then they just don't care. You'll be saying something like, you know, I'm feeling sad, or, you know, this, they'll just totally ignore you. They don't care. They do not care about your emotions. Fuck your feelings is how they feel. I hate to be blunt about them. And so they, you know, this person probably couldn't even take care of you emotionally anyway. You know, you'll be moving on. You'll be like, I'm moving on, you know. I'm just now opening
I'm done with. I wash my hands.
I would want, and you know what? You may want to, you know, if you find yourself caught up or whatever, you know, because what they are is they are very cerebral people to the point where they want to manipulate. And so they just enjoy manipulating people is pretty much what you're dealing with. And so, you know, I can see that you guys are just incompatible. And do you want me to see if there's somebody coming into your future, somebody else?
Sure, that would be great, because my kid's father is trying to come back and I don't want no dealings with him. None.
Perfect. Yeah, let's move on past that Gemini, because I can see bad things in the future with him. And you know what? Another thing, I can see him making you have to possibly move, because Geminis will stalk you and harass you too. They will. If they find out where you live, they'll start stalking and harassing you. I had to move out of an entire 2 states to get away from my ex and his current baby mama. They still stalk me to this day. They're still stalking me right now. Okay, so it's weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm 18.
And you know what? I said to myself, I'll never ever deal with a Gemini again. And I'm finding out that I should have stuck to my guns with that, because they are very cold, callous, detached people. They do things to hurt you romantically. They blame you for it. They always tend to flip things around on you. They, you know, yeah. And so they don't even know what it's for. You know, this is the whole thing, though. if you're going to be manipulating your lover's emotions, at least know what to use it for. They're the puppets. He's a puppet. He has no idea. He has no idea. I can see the dude. I swear to you. Spirit guides, who do you see coming in the future for our Aries, Pisces cusp caller? Anyone coming in the future? So you said that he don't know where you live?
No.
Good.
Good. That's the only way he will find out.
Oh shoot, he might do that, girl. You better move. You gonna have to change your name.
I just haven't been.
You gonna have to change.
I found a new barber. I blocked him on social media.
Oh, girl, he gonna block your love life. I hold on, because the 5 cards that I laid out is the 5 of coins, the 5 of swords, the Hierophant or the teacher, the Ace of Wands, and the King of Swords. So he's gonna start blocking your love life. You're gonna have to do spiritual work or something, or maybe not. I don't see nobody coming in except for maybe him. So he's already hexed you or did something. He did something, because that 5 of Pentacles comes up. Something ain't right with that.
He's a third party, so he's doing him.
Do you think about him a lot? Like, does he tend to be on your mind a lot?
Yes, he mad too.
He done did something.
Busy, then he won't be on my mind.
Have you ever sent him any pictures of your nude? You ever sent him any nudes?
No, but he sent me his pictures.
So you ain't okay. So, he done. This is what I want to tell you. You need to watch yourself and make sure, because I don't see another lover in the future. I just see him coming back and him blocking anybody else, because they can do that to it. But you have to be consciously aware of it. And because I've had a Gemini doing that to me just recently, trying to block my love life and doing all kind of stuff so that I'd be forced to date him. And so this is kind of what, you know what's so sad about him? He's very insecure. You can tell.
Yeah.
Very insecure is what I tell about him. And he brings that kind of vibe into your life. Is what I can sense. And how long you been talking to him again? You said a couple of years. And
well, we've known each other since we was like I said, 10. But I haven't seen him in about 7 years, and I seen him a year ago. And then we linked back up in November, like the beginning of November.
Girl, you don't want to do that.
And then I stopped talking to him like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. You may need to get a full reading.
I do be thinking about him. And I'd be like, why is he on my mind? Anybody else, I would have been like, okay, I'm over it. I'm not dealing with it. But this person just keeps popping up. And I was like, maybe because I know him for so long. We, had that type of, I guess, chemistry or vibe of, for, children age to adult. It's just like, he's the only one in my life that ever stuck. The hell?
I've had a Gemini stalking me for the past 20 years with a Taurus, with his new baby mama. Not 20 years. He's been stalking me for about 13 years. And he's a Gemini. So for some reason, they have a tendency to never forget you. And for me, the reason why I'm so susceptible to it is because I'm a telepath, and it drives me nuts because, they tend to get in your head. Okay. And then so if they're able to get into your head, but you can consciously see them doing it, then they're able to get into other people's head to the point where they can manipulate the energies around you very naturally. This is why Gemini people make a lot of enemies, because people know they're doing something to manipulate their environment. And then also they lie a lot. He's probably a big liar too. So Geminis do have a tendency to lie a lot. Yeah.
I know I'm friends with his friends on Facebook, so I be thinking sometimes he is looking at my page through his friends' page.
And see, another thing that I can see him doing is playing games, but he's playing those games because he's insecure. Okay, only an insecure person is going to play those kind of games. I've seen them at work. You know, they will go through great lengths to satisfy this deep insecurity, and the insecurity just gets deeper. Hey guys, we're about 3 minutes left on the Blog Talk show, so make sure that if you want a reading, because I think I'm going to go through to the end. It depends on what I end up doing here with the callers, because I got plenty of callers to do. Make sure you call in and that you get on the line so that you're able to hear the after show. Okay, but if you're watching on YouTube, obviously you can hear. Okay, anyway, like I was saying, he's insecure, and that insecurity tends to rub off. He's put some kind of jinx or hex on you. They have a tendency to do that, you know, whenever. And you know what? Sometimes they can do it very subtly, just like last night. I just had a girl. This is crazy that you would call in. Girl, I think the universe brought us together. Okay. Because I just had a Gemini last night that was insecure. And because of his own insecurities, he decided to try to make me look insecure by trying to make it seem like I was jealous of two little kids that were younger than me. So then, you know, all these people that were surrounding him were like, oh, well, Jamila's jealous. No, I'm not. I didn't want to deal with any of the games within what was going on. I just didn't want to play no childish games. But that's what he wanted to do because he's immature and because he's insecure. Because if he were not insecure, he wouldn't need to try to make me feel insecure, because that's what he wanted to do. Literally, it didn't make me insecure. All it did was make me not want to have anything to do with him. 90 seconds. Okay. So yeah, you're fine. Don't worry about that. Just make sure y'all call in if y'all want to talk to me, because the show's going to end. Even if you got to hold on the line. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I have a court date coming up.
Yeah. And
I mean, can you see any type of judgment in my favor? I'm in a custody battle.
Okay, what's going to happen with the custody battle? Is it going to be
60 seconds?
Is it going to be?
I'm trying to get full custody with my kids.
Okay.
From a tour, but he's just trying to fight me to the end. And he's a tour stuff.
Okay. Okay, so give me a second. I will answer that question for you. We got about 40 seconds left. Hey guys, if you want to get a mini reading, or if you want to speak with me about love and compatibility, call in to 516-590-0362. We will be in the after show once the main, and then I won't be on air anymore. But you can call in, okay? And you can still speak to me, I believe, if you call in, okay?
10 seconds.
All right. Spirit guides, how are you seeing things turn out in caller's favor? Okay. And are you seeing things turn out well? Okay. Somebody got dropped off. I think that it might either get continued or something. You got a couple of very positive cards, but I was kind of looking more for a yes or no. Spirit guides, are things going to turn out in caller's favor? Yes or no? Major arcanas and even numbers is yes. Odd numbers and court cards is no, spirits. Okay. I started to do rune readings more so for court cases too. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I do believe that things are going to turn out in your favor. However, there's definitely some negative attachments that you need to deal with and some things that you need to deal with spiritually. From what I can see, you said you're in a custody battle. So are you recently divorced?
Well, we've been separated for 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 4 years. This year makes 5. But he making it hard. Like we still together and we not.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's not letting you go. So yeah, I can see that, and I can tell that it's causing problems in your love life. You need to do some kind of cord cutting. There's definitely some kind of hex that's on you. And the Gemini is a symptom of that. The guy that you're dealing with, that's a symptom. He don't even really matter. He's just somebody that's like a catalyst to let you know that you still got some spiritual work that you need to do. And so you can contact me below. I'd be happy to, look into this further for you. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take.
Okay. Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and take the rest of these callers. You are very welcome. Love and light. Okay. Have a good weekend.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right. I'm gonna take the next caller, the person that has been holding the longest, and then I will take the rest of you guys. Okay. So just hang on. Caller, you're live. Hello, you still there? Did you fall asleep? Caller, you're live. Hello, hello, hello. Maybe I'll have to put this person on hold and come back. Okay, I'm going to place you back on hold and come back. I'm going to go to the next caller. Caller, you're live.
Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for taking my call.
Hi. Well, thank you. You're welcome, and thank you so much for calling in. How can I help you today?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, I'm going to say that I could kind of identify with the last caller because when I used to have a cleaning job, I was cleaning for this guy's family, and he was a Gemini, and I was cleaning the apartments and houses and things, and he was trying to hit on me, but I just was showing no interest to him, but he just kept on pursuing me, and at the time he was married with kids, and so I thought it was kind of baffling, but I just didn't give him the attention he was trying to get from me, but I haven't seen him in years, nor have I talked to him, so I'm glad that things turned out the way they did on that front. And so, but anyway, the reason why I'm calling is because I've been in a 8-year plus relationship, and I'm a Taurus. I was born in the early part of May, and my boyfriend, he's a Taurus, and he was born like around the middle of May, and he's older than me. And somebody had moved into the complex that he knew, who had lived here before, but she moved back here again. And his attitude seemed kind of strange to me lately, and I was wondering if you might know if he might be seeing somebody else, and I don't know about it.
Okay. What's his? Oh, you know what? No names. What's your zodiac sign?
Taurus.
Okay. Spirit guides, ancestors.
I could mention his name if you like.
Oh, okay, that's fine. What's his name?
Charles.
Charles, okay. And you want to know if Charles is seeing someone else? Okay. All right, spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels. For the, and you said, I'm sorry, what was your zodiac sign again?
Taurus.
Okay, my memory is so bad. Okay, Taurus. Yes. Okay. For our Taurus caller, is there another woman? Is there someone else? Is he seeing someone else? Yes or no? Yes or no? So we're going to look at major arcanas, and even numbers would indicate a yes answer. Odd numbers and court cards would be no, but we're going to just look at it that way because I love doing the yes or no answers. And I definitely got a yes with lots of information. He's definitely seeing someone else. I'm sorry. You got the Ace of Cups. I can see that the relationship definitely did make you happy, but then he may even be married. The Four of Wands comes up reversed. And then the Three of Swords is reversed. And then the Emperor, that's a married man card. And then the Lover's reversed. So he's definitely got some kind of commitment. If it's not like an official marriage, because a lot of people get that confused. They think, oh, he's not really married because I looked it up on the website and I didn't see their marriage certificate. But see, some people are just married. Some people are just married at the hip. Some people are just married to each other. You know what I'm saying? And I can see a commitment, but I can see a commitment with someone else. However, the situation is not going well. It's not because whoever this Emperor is a very powerful spirit guide. But yeah, it is a third. I can see another person confirmed by the Three of Swords and the Lovers. Did you need to know anything about that person?
Well, let's see. He did tell me that he did marry twice a long time ago, but one wife died, and the other one he divorced and she lives quite a long here.
Spirit guides, what messages do you have for the caller about this? Let me see what spirits want you to know, because I mean, I feel as though there's definitely the potential between the two of you. The Nine of Cups comes up, and then the Two of Wands. And then the Nine of Swords comes up. So I can tell that there has been, I don't know, I feel like there's some intranquil energies around the relationship. Because that Nine of Swords, and then this Hanged Man comes up, and then the Five of Swords. So I feel like it's definitely something is going on. I feel like it's definitely a person that he's not sure whether or not he wants to stay with them or go. And then also I feel as though there are some wounds that he may be healing from. Because, you know, when men cheat and do stuff like that, it's usually something that they're trying to fulfill. So, like, for example, you know, when stuff like that, you know, tends to hurt our feelings when we're in relationships with people, but he may be all off somewhere, you know, trying to, in a midlife crisis or something, you know. So I feel like it's important to, you know, not allow that to hurt you, because a lot of people You know, because from what I can tell is that he's going through some kind of possible midlife crisis or something.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people that do when they, you know, when they're in their 30s or 40s, which is why, you know, people our age. Because how old are you? Are you in your, how old are you?
Well, I'm in my mid 50s. I'm 55 right now.
Okay.
I'm almost 56.
Okay. So.
And he is 50.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is that is the reason why older people start to date younger people, because when a person is around the same age as you like that, you know, they may, just because they're the same age doesn't mean they're going to be on the same wavelength. And, you know, I feel like, you know, that's part of the reason, because he's set in, you know, he may be set in his ways. But what was I going to say about that? Because what I can sense is that whenever, like, older people, like especially in their 50s, like, because I can see there could be, let me look at the person. Let me look at the person real quick. Like, who is the third party? Because if it's a younger person, this is the reason why older women start dating younger men, because they realize that the men their age is always looking at younger women, because they're just always in a damn crisis. Okay, a lot of, and you know what? You would have to really be a spiritually evolved person to both be the same age. You have to be on the same wavelength. And a lot, and I just get the sense that maybe that's not what's happening between the two of you, which is why you have so many questions. Because if it was right, then it would be right. And it you know, it apparently is something that's just not right about the relationship with him, you know. Okay. And so who is this third party spirits? Show me who it is. I can see a woman about in her 30s, which would be a younger woman to somebody that's 50. That would be a younger woman. I can see a younger woman is what I can sense. And it's because of his midlife crisis. He, you know, for some reason, it's okay for him to be 50, but it's not okay for you to be 50. It's okay for him to be upset, but it's not okay for you to be upset. So I feel like there's certain traits about this person that you actually probably wouldn't like or be okay with. You probably wouldn't be okay with it. Because you guys don't live together, do you? Do you live with him?
No, we live kind of in the same building, but like I'm around the corner from him and he's around the corner from me, and these are like single level apartments, and actually it's a apartment complex for senior and disabled people.
Okay.
And I'm on disability, and I'm a senior too, of course, and he's 60 years old, going on 61. Yeah, so
and he's still playing games. He's still playing games. Well, he better stop all that before he get too old to actually find somebody to love him. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Because, you know, you guys are, you know, so get in touch with me then, because, you know, I'd love to speak with you further. We can definitely do more of a private reading and stuff, because, you know, I feel as though, you know, you're, you know, there is a possibility to find love at any age. But if you're still going through that stuff, like I feel like he's still very immature. He's immature is what I think. And then another thing that I can sense is that it could be somebody that might be taking advantage of him for some money or something. So, you know, because that happens also. So anyway, you know, let me know if you want to speak with me further. I'm going to take this last caller. They've been waiting for 30 minutes. Okay, have a good one.
Okay,
Thank you for calling in.
Can I ask you?
Sure. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
One quick last question.
Yes, you can. Yep.
Should I confront him?
Should you confront him? Well, I'll ask the spirits if you should confront him. Because some people you shouldn't confront about things like that. Spirit guides, should caller confront him? Yes or no? Okay. I got a no answer, and I think it's because his health is bad, isn't it?
Yes, it is. He got heart problems.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see the heart problems I can see that. I was gonna say heart problems. I wouldn't, because you know what? He'll start reflecting that out to you. And all he's gonna do is stress you out. I just avoid him altogether. Is what I do. I wouldn't, if you still want to see him, you can, or just, maybe make it, just be friends with him. You don't necessarily have to be upset with him or anything, but I can see that heart problem, and his health could potentially affect the both of you health wise. So I don't think it's worth it. As far as confronting him, but what I will tell you is that, just watch out for him though. You said what's his zodiac sign again?
Taurus. He was born on the 18th of May.
Okay, so he's a Taurus. Tauruses are very bullheaded. They are not the type of people that you confront about something like that. They're more so the type of people that you may want to write it to them in a letter. And I'm not even kidding with you. Like write it to them, like maybe write them a letter or something. They're more of a write a letter type of person when it comes to stuff like that. But like I said, I think that it would probably just cause a lot of stress for him. So, and then maybe even stress for you. Because what has he promised you? Did he promise you that he was going to make a commitment? Or did you want a commitment with him?
Well, I mean, he told me that after his last two marriages that he wasn't going to get married again, we're boyfriend and girlfriend, but he didn't want to really get married anymore. And he said that he was telling me that so that I know straight up, what not to expect. And
right.
And so, yeah.
But that's not exactly what you want, though, is it? That's not what you want.
No, but
you want more than that.
No, but I kind of resign Yeah, I mean, I resign myself to not, at my age now, I resign myself to not getting married, and I'm just living my life every day. And that's good enough for me. And as long as I know my sons are all right and my grandkids, that's the only important thing to me. And it's not really important to me to get married,
But it is important to you. It is important to you to have some kind of companionship, though.
Yeah, it is.
And there's nothing wrong with wanting companionship. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, I was just gonna quickly ask, will he open up to me and tell me about this other relationship?
No, he's not. He won't. They don't. No, they not. He's not gonna do that. He's not gonna do that. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. He's a bona fide player. To me, I can see the player type. I can see the player type is what I can see. And that is partially the reason why his marriages did not work out. And he sort of played victim, but he was actually cheating in his marriages. I bet you I can confirm that. And then another thing is, see, that's why I was saying he also has heart chakra imbalances. Okay. So that is because, you know, he just kept, you know, I can see him being a player in the past. Let me ask Spirit. Spirit, was he a player in the past? Show me his past. Repeat his name again. Charles. Is that what it was?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's what I thought it was. Okay. Let me see here. Yeah. He actually cheated, like I just said. He's the one that cheated on his wives, and the wives didn't appreciate it. And he basically emotionally abandoned the situation every time. Because the Three of Wands, the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune is in the reverse position. And so he's had a lot of bad luck when it comes to just life in general. He was not happy in his marriages. Yeah. He's got a hex on him and he don't know it. That was passed down through his mother. And he probably will never believe it, and he'll never get help for it. So he has a hex on him. That's why. He's not spiritually inclined. He doesn't really understand this stuff. His final card was the Five of Pentacles reversed. You know, he's sort of, you know, led that life of turbulence and up and down. He got the Fool card reversed. He got the Ten of Cups reversed. The Temperance is reversed. So it looks like he may have suffered from alcoholism or something like that. Okay. But yeah, so yeah, to me, what it looks like to me is that, you know, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You know what they say? You can't. You know, if he could perhaps get some spiritual help for it, if he could get some spiritual help for it, but at his age, he's not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, maybe if he were young and fresh. And so that's why I was saying this is the reason why a lot of older women end up dating younger men. And for some reason, younger men seem to enjoy dating older women. It's so weird. Because, you know, but you know, I believe that you can find love, which is somebody your age as well. You can find love. You don't have to just say, well, I just, you know, give up on love. You can still fix yourself up and mingle and go after some kind of companionship. Just be, you know, just don't do it online. You know.
Yeah.
Make sure you're being careful.
Yeah.
You don't have to just give up on your love life just because of him. That's what he wants you to do. That's what he did. And he's been in that same cycle his whole life. And that's why he got a heart problem. Because he never took care of his own heart. That's where you can see them all going to. I can see a lot of them headed there. You know? So, yeah. Anyway, right now I am running a flash sale until 6 p.m. Eastern. You can get a 30-minute reading for $45. So definitely go and take advantage of that until 6 p.m. because I'm gonna, like, literally, guys, once the 4th hit, once the new moon hits, I am gonna be busy as hell. I'm not gonna be doing no flash sales once the new moon hit. So yes, honey. So anyway, thank you for calling in. Okay, love and light.
Yeah, thank you for answering my question.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, I'm gonna take this last caller. Caller, you're live.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
How are you?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you for asking. And how are you?
Awesome.
Yes. Feeling very blessed. Way too blessed to be pressed. Okay.
Exactly.
Yep. So
I'm calling because I had a Virgo come back into my life last year.
Oh, okay.
I ended up, oh boy. After 10 years, he had been looking for me. I couldn't change my name. I moved, and that sucker found me.
Oh, wow.
And he started, and he started, like, oh, he was so in love with me and all this. But the thing is he was living with his ex-girlfriend.
What?
Because there was nothing between them. Yeah. And the thing is I'm a very intuitive person, and I knew he was lying.
Yeah, you know what? It's so hard for us. It is so hard for us intuitive people to find love.
Yeah.
And you know what? Hard. You know what I was thinking about doing? I was actually thinking about starting a psychic dating service for psychics and spiritual people, like different types of spiritual people, to match them with the right person. I thought I've been really thinking about doing that. Just as like a side business and starting a website and you know, yeah, I'm actually gonna be working, getting with some people to make that happen. Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna be contacting some people about the website and everything, and I want to extend my website and have like a community or something. Start like maybe a community of us for us to date, because first of all, either these people don't believe or they're just stupid, because why on earth would you get into a relationship with a high priestess, somebody that is psychic, that is empathic, and then be deceptive? Why would you do that? You already know that person is sensitive. Why do they keep doing that? And then it's always, it is so, yeah, I know exactly how you feel. Because we can pick up on bullshit from a mile away. Yeah, and what did he say?
I told him on it and tried to deny it, but he finally had to admit it, because I said, I know you better than you know yourself. And he shut up. And he shut up. And I ended up telling him, I said, I can't play this. It's not fair to her. It's definitely not fair to me. I said, I'm not playing this game. You better just go to her. And I left him, and he married her 2 weeks later.
Wow.
But I feel he still thinks about me all the time, because he told me, and he told my best friend, that he will never give up till he gets me.
What's his zodiac sign?
He's a Virgo. And I have someone here I met at church that I really like, and I feel like he's blocking that from happening.
What's his name?
Brian.
Spirits, what do you want caller to know about Brian? And what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Leo.
Leo, okay. Yeah, Leos are very intuitive.
8th house, water.
Oh God, yeah, you're very.
Eighth house, eighth house with the Cancer Venus.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, seriously? Like, I love Cancer Venus people. You guys are so great. That's amazing. Okay. Okay. So.
But we get hurt easily a lot.
Yeah.
That sucks.
What do you want me to know about Brian's spirits? Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, let me throw some more. Yeah, the Judgment card came up. Some of the major arcanas. Let me tell you what major arcanas you got. You got Judgment upright, the Strength card in reverse. You got the Chariot upright. And then you've got the Temperance card upright. So he seems to be some kind of unhealthy attachment. Somebody that is affecting you subconsciously, which is why the Strength card is reversed. Okay. You also got the Fool card in the reverse position as well. Okay. So those are your major arcanas. The Court cards that you got, you got 3 people that showed up. This Queen of Cups, sorry, is that King of Cups? Page of Wands and the Page of Cups. And then you got the 8 of Wands and then 5 of Cups. So he is just there to wound you, in my opinion. He's a narcissist. I don't see him as being a good person at all, just looking at the reading. You're trying to move on with your life, and then poof, here he comes while you're trying to move on.
Yeah.
And that's unfair. So, you know, I would, he seems almost parasitic to the mind, but I feel also as though, like, because all of these root cards keep coming up. All of these root cards keep coming up, like the Strength card, like a lot of fire cards came up. He definitely has several different attachment points to you. Your heart, let me tell you about this person that you're asking about. He's parasitic, the Virgo. He's parasitic. He is. I can tell. I can tell.
That's a good thing I cut him.
The Judgment card comes up because first of all, he's very judgmental. Everybody else is wrong. Yeah. Everybody else has a problem except for him. And
that's him.
You can feel your thoughts. So the just the unpleasantness. I mean, I believe that it's borderline kind of abusiveness, in my opinion, just because of some of the cards. He doesn't seem to have been acting in a very trustworthy manner, in my opinion, because the Fool card is reversed. Do you feel drained? Have you been feeling drained?
Sometimes, not as much now, but sometimes it goes in waves. But I feel like I really.
But you said that you, wait a minute.
And I feel like he's blocking it, huh?
You said that he's blocking it, right? He's not necessarily blocking it, more so feeding off of it. Okay. That's what he's doing. He's feeding off of this. Yeah. Yeah. And it ain't him, it's some other kind of negative spirit. You need to light some red candles whenever you start seeing problems and issues in your current relationship with somebody. You want to light the red candles, but you need to, the spiritual work and the spiritual knowledge is out there. That's just one way of doing it. I do love to use candles a lot. But just sensing what I can sense coming from him, it's very draining. So I'm going to ask whatever that spirit is to get off of me and disconnect from me. Now it's a negative spirit that I pulled up when I pulled up his reading. Okay, definitely some negative spirits. He didn't get the Devil card, but he did get the Strength card in the reverse, and he got the Judgment card. So that's pretty heavy. Smoke of air and fire of earth, cleanse and bless this home and hearth. Drive away all harm and fear, and only good may enter here. And if spirits threaten us in this place, fight fire by fire and water by water. Banish their souls into nothingness and remove their powers until the last trace. Let these evil beings flee through time and through space. What you got there is what I call he's like a incubus, a succubus, incubus. Now, let me tell you, if his mama is an incubus or a succubus, then he's going to be one. So that's what I'm sensing is some kind of negative spirit attachment, is incubus, succubus energy, to where it just feeds and it just drains you of all of your energy. Okay. Yeah. That's what I can sense is coming from him. Yeah, it is big time. It is. That's what your spirits want you to know. And they want you to use better judgment when dealing with him. I'm going to throw out your runes, wrap thee with cotton and bind thee with love. What's his zodiac sign again? Protection from pain.
He's a Virgo.
Yeah. May the brightest of blessings surround thee this night, for thou art cared for. Healing thoughts sent in flight. He got an entity that is feeding, is what he's got going on. Okay. I'm just telling you what I can see. It's really, really weird. And, you know, it's something that, because the strength card is in the reverse position. And see, you're trying to progress forward. And then he comes trying to mess things up. Okay. So I can sense that he's trying to.
I cut him out, but I feel around that.
I can sense that he's trying to mess it up on purpose. They do that. Why
don't you just go ahead and feed off his wife? Go feed off her.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Because he probably done sucked her dry.
Leave me alone.
He done sucked her dry. That's why. The wife probably they'll suck them they'll suck them. See, look, you got the water rune. You got the living renewal rune, which means that you've got healing energy around you. And then another rune that I pull for you is the earth rune. Okay, so cycles and taking action. And then another one, you got the protection, the divine protection and sanctuary one. I feel like your twin, I feel like you have like a twin flame out there that you need to reunite with. Perhaps you haven't done so yet.
I feel it too.
Yeah. So
I feel that he's actually, this is going to sound very strange. I met this guy through church, but not through church originally. But I ended up going to his church. I feel like he might be my twin. I get close to him or near him, and I run away. It's like he's so intense. It's weird. And I just run away. And it's not because, I don't know. And it's not because I'm repelled by him, but it's just he's so intense. And the connection is so intense, it scares me. It's weird.
Well, you've got to, you need to better manage your spiritual gifts because you have them yourself. But I feel like, you know, if you feel like he's blocking your current relationship, then he's in your subconscious. He's got a subconscious hold on you. Okay, is what's going on. And that is where you have to work on you. Okay. So what you can do is you can actually do, I feel like maybe a cleanse or a cord cutting would be something that you can do spiritually. especially, you know, being that we're getting ready to have a new moon come up. So you can definitely do that. And I'm looking at this one room that you got.
I did do some cord cutting, but I guess not enough.
Yeah.
Because it was work.
There's definitely
lessened, but
yeah. There's definitely some you've got subconscious blockages. You have subconscious blockages is what you have.
Okay.
And and so you probably need a chakra reading, and I can't do that because I'm only offering mini readings today. But you are more than welcome to go to the website and either purchase a 30-minute reading or either a full 1 hour reading. Okay. Those are my most popular. Okay. So yeah, that's really what I'm seeing coming from this person. Yeah. I would, if I were you, I would just tell him that you're no longer interested. I would just tell him that you're no longer interested in him, and, you know, ask to be released. Ask to be released is what you need to do.
Okay. I can do that.
Yeah. And so, did you know, now you guys do know that I'm doing a releasing ritual coming up on the new moon, being released from negative energy from the past and, you know, negative peoples and negative associations, because negative people bring stress and stress brings health problems. Okay, it's not meant for everybody to go through daily stress like this. Okay. So we're also doing some healing, universal healing. I'm gonna do a universal ritual. So you guys can actually go to the website. It's the new moon in Aquarius, releasing, banishing happiness, and then also healing. Okay. So you guys can go there and get in on it for only $56 as well. If you just wanted to do something, you will definitely feel the difference, because what I do is I write everybody down, and, you know, they go on, you know, they basically go on my altar and we do the work I do work the way that a group ritual works is where energies are coming together to create more energies. So it's almost like a coven. And, you know, instead of just having one witch doing the work, then you've got 3 or 4 people doing the work with you. Okay. So it's the same thing, you know, when you, and that's the reason why, you know, you pay towards it, because it's like what I could see this year was a lot of people winning the lottery, like a lot of people becoming filthy rich, like just prosperity and abundance this year is what I saw. And so there's a lot of people, they operate very low, like they just going around calling everybody poor and broke. And those are going to be the people that are going to be starving, the people that are going to be able to manifest, you know, on their own. Those are going to be the people that are going to be, you know, doing the best and living their best life. Let's just put it like that. So, because some of these people, child, they just, it's some of these people are just on a self-destructive pattern, and it just does not matter. You know, let me ask you a question. Let me ask all of you guys a question. Have y'all ever been brave enough to ask the cards when you're going to die? No. That's a very freaky thought. I just now did it last night, and I got a really good answer. I got like the Magician, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 10 of Pentacles. So that told me that I'm gonna live to be in my hundreds. I could definitely see that. But there are a lot of people, they're living a lifestyle that they're not going to live past their 50s. They'll be dead by the age of 45. You can even tell the wear and tear is on their face. You tell people, look, I can see that you're going through something. I can tell that this stuff that you're involved with is tearing you down. You can tell by the way your eyes look. You can tell by the way it's tearing at you. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You can't force somebody's eyes open either. So when a person is involved with stuff and on a self-destructive pattern, then you just gotta, leave them where they at. A lot of the times, because like I noticed that's just like with these people that I'm dealing with on YouTube. They are very, very close. They mirror my family. It's so bizarre. The constant arguing, because that is a program and a hex that was put over my family. And it was meant to give you high blood pressure. It was meant to tell you that you were going to die of every disease known to man. It was meant to make you a hypochondriac. It was meant to make you smoke cigarettes. It was meant to make you, drink yourself into oblivion. It was meant to do that, to your family. And it don't matter where you at, it's going to try to find you, and it will manifest itself in to what seems like complete strangers sometimes, because I have, and it's just all that arguing, arguing and bickering all day, every day. That does nothing but kill you. You will not live past 60. You will not live past doing all that arguing. You ain't gonna live past 45 doing all that arguing and fighting and bickering. Is not good every single day. Staying tied up in drama. Either that, like, negative people have convinced themselves that they're strong enough for that, but no, they're not. So, but when you think about it, think about how short life is and how he's trying to shorten your life. When somebody decides to manipulate you, they're trying to shorten your life. And you can actually reverse those effects with magic, because I've had people trying to make me old and make me sick, and I just do reversals is what I do. I do reversals. Don't be no fool, because people will try to do you. And, so that's another thing that I can sense that's coming from him, is that he's looking for energy to sell, souls to sell.
That's what I was thinking too. I feel like he was an energy vampire.
Yes, he is. Hello. Hello. You show right. You show right.
You gotta go.
Okay.
I work hard to keep my vibe where it is.
Exactly. And you know what? Don't you dare tell them people where you live. Don't you dare tell an energy vampire where you live.
No, I don't do that.
Can't do that.
Friends here that I associate, none of them been to my house.
Yeah.
I don't even put my real name out on YouTube. I make up a moniker. I do not.
Oh, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. You know what? The worst mistake that I ever made of my life was putting my real name on Facebook. Big mistake. Because what that did was it led YouTube, YouTube crazy people, the crazy people of YouTube, it led them straight to my personal information. It led them straight. Oh God. So if you're going to be a YouTuber, do not dare go by a complete alias. Do not tell nobody what your real name is. That's how they found me easily. They were able to find me by searching a picture, and they were able to trace it to Facebook, and they knew my first and last name. And ever since then, but then again, it's, let me tell you something. When you have a good family unit, that's all you need. That's why I'm over here building my family unit for myself. I don't need, I got my own family unit over here. Okay. Because, my family, they're not strong like that. Like, my mother is not strong. She was not able to handle any of this, which made no sense to me, but it is what it is. I know that I went through a lot with my youngest daughter, an entire pregnancy and birth. So if I can go through that, then, you know, and it's really wasn't, you know, it's all about how you look at life. So yeah.
I was always.
I have energy vampires in my family. I have energy. Yeah. I have energy vampires in my family, girl. It is a trip. It is a trip.
Me too.
And I want to get as far away from them as possible. Far away as possible. So anyway,
I'm blessed. Mine lives thousands of miles away. Thank God.
Well, you know what? Lord. But see, when you're telepathic and when you have like, listen, I can hear people from. I remember when I lived in Kansas City. I was standing there. I've been having spiritual experiences, but even before I became a professional psychic. But I remember when my spiritual gifts were like running just up and down, and I just didn't know how to interpret them. But I remember one time I had this experience to where I was standing there, and all of a sudden I just did not feel good at all. And I felt like my mother and my family and everybody was just talking about me like a dog. Right? So I just felt it. And it's almost like a woofy sixth sense as well, because I have a very, very keen, and I have a very, very, very strong sense of smell. So I can smell stuff from a mile away. Like it's really a trip the way my gifts work. But I could hear them. And you know what happened? My daughter, who was 5 years old, Deja was about 5. Yeah, she was about 5 years old. And she walked up to me and she said, "Mama, what's wrong?" And I said, "Nothing, baby." And she said, "You can hear them too?" And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "I can hear them too." She said, "I hear them too. I can hear them talking." I hadn't even said anything. I just looked upset. And my daughter, so I know that my oldest daughter is an intuitive as well. But you know, when those gifts are those gifts are probably not going to come back to her until later in life, because they've been oppressed, because they separated her from me, you know, during a time when I should have been teaching her how to. But anyway, and that just messes up people further when you try to deny who they are and just say, "Oh, I'm just gonna, you know, separate and you know, this person is crazy because, you know, I'm doing well." But I remember I picked up the phone and I called over to my grandmother's house, and somebody picked up the phone and they just let me listen to the background, and they were all talking about me. Every last one of them in my family, they were talking about me like I wasn't shit. But see, I already knew that because they did that to other people. I have a very dysfunctional family. My mother's side of the family, very, very dysfunctional people. So I knew that it was a Friday night. I already knew the things that they are up to, okay? If it's a Friday night and they're all getting drunk and they're going to target one person. And a lot of the times it was me. It would either be me. It would be a couple of my other cousins that they would target. They targeted my uncle's wife's daughter a lot because she was sort of an outsider, so she got targeted a lot. So, you know, and you know, you could just hear them just talking about me. I hadn't done anything to them. I think I had recently broke up with Frankie. What my family would do is they would wait until I'm going through something horrible and then attack me to try to make it worse. I believe that it's because they have a life insurance policy on me. That's what I think. That's why I walked away.
Oh, God.
I said, "Oh, well, these people must have because God. It seemed like to me, they were always trying to get me to commit suicide a lot. They would dump all of their problems off on me. So yeah, I grew up in a very abusive, it was a very mentally abusive situation in my family. They were not physically abusive. They weren't sexually abusive in a physical sexual way, but my uncle would often talk about sex all night long in front of the children. And it was just weird.
So wrong.
And so as soon as I got away from that, they began to stalk me. It was very bizarre. And they're still doing it. They hired people on YouTube to spread rumors about me. And it's just been an ongoing battle with my family members. And it's like, because they want to prove something. And the only thing that they're proving is how stupid and petty they are, because I'm going to fight for what's mine.
And God is on your side, guys.
Exactly.
I just heard that. They just told me, they said God is on your side.
I heard it too. I did. I heard that too, because
that's funny. Wait, we both heard it just now.
Exactly.
Really?
Exactly. I did. I heard it as well. I always hear it. I always hear my ancestors. Well, I was thinking ancestors because, my grandmother never.
I agree with that.
My grandmother never really liked my mother.
No.
And she was always, my grandmother took over where my mother lacked the emotional connection and the empathy. Okay. So that's where my grandmother took over. So when my grandmother died, it was like my mother died.
I understand. I was closer to my grandmother than my mother. My mother was evil. I'm going to be honest. She was just evil.
Yeah.
I can't say it any other way. She was very jealous of me. She always tried to compete with me.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in that. That's all negative. That's all darkness.
Yeah.
God doesn't want you to treat your children like that.
Yeah.
God
you are absolutely right.
Be proud of your children. And he wants you to help your children aspire to where they will shine the best in their life. That's
one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons why it's so important to do that. But we're getting ready to run out of time on Blog Talk. So I wish we could. Yeah, we only got like a minute and 20 seconds left. So I don't want it to cut us off. So thank you so much for calling in. Like I said, feel free to contact me for a personal reading. Also spiritual work, hex removals, cleanses, court case work, love work. I do a lot of self-love work with people though. Not necessarily love work on other people, but self-love. Yeah. Yeah. So go to my website. Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah, definitely go to the website and just help yourself to whatever goodies y'all want. And I'm going to go, guys, because I don't want it to cut us off. Thank you so much for calling in. Love and light to you. Thanks. Bye-bye.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.
Okay, guys, so that was very cleansing and refreshing and wonderful. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching the free full readings that I did. Those was kind of like not many readings. Those were like full readings, okay? So anyway, if you guys want to contact me for your own private readings, the link to my website is below. I am running a flash sale, like I said, until 6 p.m. today. And then all of the readings are going to go back to regular price. You can get a 30-minute reading for $45 and then a 60-minute reading for, how much are my 60-minute readings? 100? Yeah, the 60-minute readings are 100. Okay. Regular price is 150. Okay. Also, for those of you that need full readings, I highly encourage you to go ahead and just get the 60-minute readings. You do get your reading within a day or two. Okay. So for example, I still have openings for later on today. And I still have openings for tomorrow, but that is going to change, guys. My schedule fills up fast. Okay. And it's going to fill up fast because Valentine's Day is coming up. And then the new moon is coming up. So there's getting ready to be an energy shift. And, you know, and then stuff is going to be manifesting during the new moon. So take advantage of this sale because my readings are not going to be that discounted that much this year. Okay. So those of you that normally would not, you know, get a reading is the ones that I'm encouraging to get a reading, because you guys are more than likely not going to want to spend too much money on it. So that's why I'm doing the flash sale. Okay. Also, those of you that are looking for rituals and spells that work, visit TarotQueenJamila.thedivinemommy.com for a consultation. My consultations are $75. Okay. So, you know, if you want a consultation, definitely contact me. Just make sure that you understand that this is authentic work. This is not for your entertainment. Because I've actually had people contact me about miscarriage spells and things like that. I don't do miscarriage spells. I don't do things like that. Okay. So that would be somebody else that you want to contact. But cleanses, healings. Okay. We're going to do some more healing readings for the channel. But those will be individual for you guys, because Archangel Raphael wants, you know, wants there to be more healings this year because, you know, so yeah. And you know what? We'll probably do monthly healing sessions or like do certain rituals, you know, just every full moon and every new moon is probably the way I'm going to start setting that up. But you guys can contact me below, okay, for your individual work, okay, especially the generational hex removal, okay. If you guys remember, I was speaking to somebody about that earlier, about how sometimes you have to get your mother's hex removed and then your father's hex removed, okay. Sometimes you do have to repeat that generational hex remover. And so that's one of my biggest rituals, and it's one of the rituals that a lot of people are taking advantage of, okay? And I am going to get very, very, very busy, especially during the month of February and March. So start getting on the schedule now, okay? Hello, Ashank, and hello, Doll and Moonstar. What's up to all my peeps in the chat room? Peach Love, Knighted, hello. To Tora, Amy Love, Brittany Murray. Hello. Thank you for coming by. It's been a lot of y'all that have came through. Thank you. I had fun, you guys. We're going to do this some more a little bit later, probably. Well, you know, you guys know that I'll always have certain stuff coming up, but I really did have fun. I'm going to go. You know what? Actually, no, I'm not going to go. You guys did not get rid of me yet. No, you didn't. I still want to do the compatibility readings. I did the Aries. I did the Taurus. I did not do the Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. I didn't do them. I really would like to finish those, but I'm hungry, so I have to go. I'll see y'all later. I'll come back a little bit later and we'll talk more about compatibility. Okay? All right. Bye.